This is just going to be a very laid back vlog, just talking about some things. Just kind of wanted to air out some stuff, if that makes sense. So I, funnily enough, used to vlog. Actually, a few people know this, but it was something that I never felt totally comfortable with, and it's part of why I pivoted to making video essays in the first place, because it just felt a lot more comfortable to be off camera, not talking about me and talking about movies, talking about things that I loved. But I felt like talking to you guys more directly, and I certainly did not want to do this as a live stream because I'm still collecting my thoughts as I'm making this video, and I felt like it would be in everyone's best interest if I sifted through all of this in the edit rather than live for however many hours this is going to take. Just had a lot on my mind about YouTube and about my channel. For those of you who watched my update video, that was kind of the return from the hiatus. I came out with a new sort of mission statement for the channel that every video was going to be this like really personal passion project, just something that I felt really compelled to make, regardless of if it was particularly trendy or it was particularly popular of a topic. And the idea was just to take as long as I needed to make whatever video as good as I possibly could. And it's not working. It's just obviously not. And I've just been trying to think about what I can even do to improve things going forward, because God, I don't want to give up. I mean, call it the sunk cost fallacy or stupidity or stubbornness, but I've been at this for such a long time, and the thought of walking away from it just seems unfathomable to me. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, because it's clear that it's much more gratifying for me to make these longer videos that take a lot more time to get right. And I really would love to keep doing that. But yeah, I don't see a way of making it work without making more videos. And the hope is that, you know, someday I can build up enough of a presence on YouTube again that I can get back to making these like really big, ambitious projects, because that's just what excites me the most, you know, when it's not about this just constant stream of content generation just to give people something to watch while they're eating lunch or something, you know, like it's just clear that I can't get away with that. I don't have that built-in audience the way that you need to be a channel that just takes their dear sweet time, you know. Like there are plenty of channels who have that privilege, and I'm just not one of them, and I have to face that and adapt to it. Basically, I think the reason I wanted to make this video at all was just to talk about this, because realistically things are going to be changing a little bit on the channel, and it's not what I wanted, it's not what I intended, but I can't just keep, you know, throwing myself into this idea when it's clearly not working. And hopefully the new videos are still interesting. I think that they will be. I have 2 videos written that are kind of, you know, built in this new idea. So I'm hoping that I can find a good happy medium moving forward. I hope that these videos can still have my own distinct flavor. I still want to make good videos, and I'm still going to try to make good videos, but they might be a little rough. We'll see. Because I haven't really done this before. I'm entering into unfamiliar territory here. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about, and honestly just kind of get your guys' feedback, is for a few of these videos, like these big projects, they kind of naturally break up into chapters. And I was just kind of curious, you know, what people would think about me doing that sort of thing as a series rather than like one big upload. This Bloodborne video that I've wanted to make forever is just like a tribute to its game design, and the way that it was always structured in my head was that it was going to be one really big, long, self-contained video that covered everything I wanted to say all in that one video, because that way, you know, if you guys don't care about Bloodborne, you don't have your feed like drowned out by 7 different Bloodborne videos or something like that. But the idea was, you know, to go down into these different specifics, like first focusing on kind of how it introduces you to its game mechanics, and then going through and talking about combat in great detail, talking about how they design their levels and their quests, and a bunch of different chapters that focused really specifically on certain aspects of the game. So I've been toying around with the idea of doing that, but where each chapter is its own video, because then it's not, 3-4 months working on one huge video. It's a regular amount of time to work on a shorter video. But I just wanted to know what you guys would even think about something like that, because God, I do fear that if you guys aren't interested in Bloodborne, that you're just like, oh, he's just a Bloodborne channel now. It's always going to make content on, but I don't know. I'm just talking and thinking and trying to figure everything out, and also toying around with the idea of doing just this more often, because if I am going to be gone for longer stretches of time, I don't know, maybe it's good to just at least say hello and like talk about what I've been working on, so you don't think I've just been twiddling my thumbs for a few months or whatever. But I'm toying around with a lot of different ideas to figure out a better way to keep going. And I would love to hear what you guys have to say, but I wanted you guys to know what was going on before I just started releasing random videos, and also, to properly manage expectations, because I don't know how consistent I'll be able to be with this. I'm still working other jobs, and so it's really hard to gauge, how productive I'm going to be on any given week. That is the hope, is to get back to like every month, and see what happens there, and hopefully I can go faster than that at some point. But that'll take being full-time, and that'll take a lot of other things. And then the idea is just really, we're going to have to see what happens in a few months, if I can hire an editor, and we can start going back to some of these bigger, ambitious ideas. But if I'm still like working freelance a few months from now and making like no money doing this, then I don't know. We might be nearing the end of the journey. And I don't want that to be the case, but at some point you do have to just be honest with yourself and say, hey, you got to make a living. And if this isn't it, okay, I gave it my best shot. But that's kind of what this is, I guess. I don't want to put a deadline on that, but something like a year, maybe less, probably less, depending on how things go, of just one final hurrah, one final push to say, like, let's see what happens, let's hope for the best, and if it's not working, then hang up the hat, and we'll see. We'll see if I can even keep up my end of it. I've had a bad habit in the past of saying I'm going to pick up the pace, I'm going to start releasing videos really consistently, and then I just don't, because life gets in the way. I get perfectionistic again, and things take longer than they're ever supposed to, and rinse and repeat. But I'm hoping that I can make it happen, and and if not, you'll hear from me again in a few months. I'll make another video like this, just kind of keeping you guys posted, especially for the sake of the people who are supporting me on Patreon, because if I do ever get to a point where I'm like actually giving up, I'm gonna tell you guys, and I'll probably even like close the Patreon so people don't have to manually like unsubscribe or whatever. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I don't know, like, it always feels so unnatural for me to vlog about these kinds of things, especially with the type of content I put out on this channel. I know this is just such a wildly different thing, but this is me. This is what's been going on with me, and I'm trying to keep you guys better posted. And I know not everybody reads the community updates, or if I post on Patreon, so I kind of wanted to cover the same ground in video form for those of you who miss those other things, and for those of you who care, and obviously there are plenty of people who will just gloss over this video, and that's fine too. I'll keep you guys posted for when the next video is coming out. More videos are coming. This is not a goodbye video. This is not a, it's just me working through this stuff and trying to see what you guys have to say. But anyways, I've been rambling for way too long. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.